All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are jumping straight into a seriously high-octane breakdown of OpenAI Codex. We're taking a look at the source material to figure out exactly how this tool is fundamentally reshaping the way we build software. We are going to dissect this engine from top to bottom so we can truly understand its power, and we're going to do it in record time.
Here is our game plan for today. We'll start with the Codex Command Center, move into the interface, and the new GPT 5.6 models, build out a finance tracker, explore plugins and subagents, design a tic-tac-toe game, and wrap it all up with commands and context management.
So, let's kick things off with Section 1, the Codex Command Center. To really grasp what Codex is all about, we first need to look at the massive shift happening in AI tooling right now.
Look, there's a huge difference between your standard AI chatbot and a true AI agent. A standard chatbot, it's great for simple one-off text responses, sure, but its scope is incredibly limited. As developers, we constantly hit walls trying to use them for real engineering. Codex, on the other hand, is a unified command center. It handles complex, multi-file projects. It can jump right into your GitHub repo, track down bugs, and build custom automations. It's literally bringing your codebase, your terminal, and your browser into one single, absolute powerhouse of an engine.
But before we fire up that engine, the source material actually drops a really crucial, serious warning for beginners. It says, do not use any AI tool for your first 2 to 3 months of learning. Build your core logic manually, from scratch. Why? Well, because eventually in the real world, you are the ultimate decision maker. These tools are amazing for boosting efficiency and automating the tedious stuff for working professionals. But that foundational logic, that has to be built in your own brain first. You can only truly leverage an AI agent when you actually know how to code the vast majority of the project yourself.
Okay, so once you've got those fundamentals locked down, how do we actually get the engine running? You've got 3 distinct paths here. Step 1 is using it as a standalone application, which is now seamlessly built right into the ChatGPT desktop app. Step 2, you can install it as an IDE extension for VS Code or JetBrains if you want to stay in your native environment. And Step 3, for the terminal power users out there, you can run the Codex command line interface. For our journey today, we're going to focus on that standalone application experience.
Moving into Section 2, Interface and GPT 5.6 models. Let's take a look under the hood at the new brains powering this whole operation.
OpenAI just dropped 3 distinct tiers for the massive GPT 5.6 update. First up is Sol, representing the sun, and this is your absolute powerhouse. It's the most capable model available. Below that is Terra, the Earth, which gives you a perfectly balanced, everyday kind of capability. And finally, there's Luna, the moon, designed for absolute speed. The big takeaway here is that you need to choose the right tool for the job. If we are building out some complex, heavy-duty architecture, we harness the power of the sun. But if we just need a quick little script, we fly to the moon to save time and token usage.
Now, beyond the models themselves, you have an immense amount of control over the interface. Take the effort settings, for example. You can tweak this from light all the way up to extra high. Dialing it up to extra high gives you some incredibly deep logic, but fair warning, it eats up way more tokens and can literally take 15 to 30 minutes just to generate a response. Then you have approvals. It's highly advised to keep this set to manual. When Codex wants to edit your external files or install system dependencies, you definitely want to be the one giving the green light. And lastly, the side panel. This thing is a total game changer. With a quick shortcut, it pops open, giving you instant access to a terminal, a web browser, and your local project files right there.
All right, Section 3, Building a Finance Tracker. It's time to put all this theory to the test with our first real action sequence.
To kick this project off, the prompt is brilliantly simple. It just says, build a finance tracker app that lets me upload PDF and JPEG invoices and categorizes them into food, fuel, and fun. That's it. Literally just one natural language sentence. We set the effort to light, select the Sol model, and let it take the wheel. And within moments, you see the raw power of this tool. Codex didn't just spit out a flat, basic script. It acted like a fully autonomous software team. It auto-generated 10 interconnected files, and we're talking complex TypeScript logic and database schemas here. It structured out a dedicated public folder, and because we kept our approvals set to manual, it paused and politely asked for permission to install the necessary NPM packages. Once we approved that, it actually deployed a functioning local preview server right inside that side panel. We could immediately interact with the prototype and start testing out the food, fuel, and fun uploads. Incredible.
Let's keep escalating. Section 4, plugins and subagents. We've seen it build locally, but this is where Codex really starts reaching outside of its own window.
The functionality just multiplies tenfold when you connect it to external apps. You've got GitHub integration, making repo management completely effortless. You've got connections for Notion workspaces. It can use Google Chrome to go out and search the live web. But the craziest part? There is a computer use plugin. The AI can literally take control of your mouse and keyboard to perform local actions on your machine. It essentially acts as your own personal operating system navigator. No way, right?
So let's look at a practical workflow to see how this builds massive efficiency. Let's be real. Who actually enjoys writing project documentation? Well, step 1. Just tag the @Notion plugin right there in your Codex chat window. Step 2. Ask it to write a technical brief for that finance tracker we just built. Step 3. Sit back and watch the magic happen. Codex reaches out into your connected Notion account, creates a brand new page, and auto-generates the complete tech stack, data flow, and system architecture. That tedious, manual grunt work, completely automated.
Moving right along to Section 5, Designing Tic-Tac-Toe. We are shifting gears from utility apps over to advanced interface manipulation.
When you ask Codex to build a multiplayer tic-tac-toe MVP, it triggers something highly advanced called sub-agents. These are independent AI processes that work simultaneously on individual tasks. So, instead of just generating one single linear design for the game, Codex automatically spawned 3 separate sub-agents. These agents independently drafted 3 completely different visual design options at the exact same time. It's like having a team of AI designers working in parallel for you. And once the game is running in that local preview, you don't even have to look at the codebase to make UI changes. First, you just open the web preview. Second, hit the Annotate button, click directly on a piece of text you want to change, and just type Change to Red. Codex handles all the underlying code for you. Third, you can literally just take a screenshot of the UI, drop it in the chat, and say, hey, change this to a 2-column layout. The tool actually parses the image, understands the interface visually, and restructures the CSS and HTML. You don't type a single tag. It's brilliant.
Which brings us to the climax here, Section 6, Commands and Context Management. Because knowing how to prompt is one thing, but maintaining total mastery over the AI's memory, that is what makes you a pro. During a heavy coding session, you might check your status and see something like 71% remaining context. Now, every single AI model has a finite memory limit, known as its context window. As we keep chatting, iterating, and passing all these files back and forth, that window slowly fills up. Here's an absolutely crucial takeaway, though. Once that context window fills past 70 or maybe 80%, the AI's performance tanks. It degrades heavily. It starts forgetting your earlier instructions and making really careless mistakes.
So how do we solve this memory limitation when we're deep into a massive coding session? Enter the ultimate trick, the /compact command. Running this command tells Codex to take your entire current conversation, summarize all the vital project knowledge, and compress it down. It gives you a fresh slate with freed up memory, but, and this is the key part, without the AI actually forgetting what you're building.
Boom! By typing just that one single command, your memory shoots right back up to 96% remaining context. The window is completely refreshed, your AI agent is sharp again, fully optimized, and ready to tackle whatever complex feature you throw at it next.
Before we wrap up today, let's rapid fire through a few more essential commands you absolutely need in your toolkit. /status lets you instantly check your session ID and token limits. /side is amazing. It opens up a temporary side chat so you can quickly look up documentation without polluting your main project's context window. Need a debugging buddy? /pet literally summons a digital rubber duck to your screen. Because hey, sometimes you just really need to talk it out. And get this, you can even schedule automatic daily stand-ups or code reviews directly within the chat interface.
We've covered an immense amount of ground today. And honestly, seeing all this leads to a massive question. With AI agents now autonomously writing multi-file code bases, deploying local servers, and even designing UI variations concurrently, what is the true future role of the human software engineer? Honestly, perhaps it's no longer just about typing out syntax. Maybe it's about orchestrating logic, managing context, and directing the raw power of these models. It is an absolutely fascinating time to be a developer. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.